What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at IEM Cologne, and well, this is for the main event of the event, the main part of the event, instead of the playing stage, which just concluded actually a couple of minutes ago. So now we know all of the teams that are making it to the group stage. Of course, we knew already who the invited teams are towards the group stage, but well, the playing stage also matters because at least in terms of who gets the easiest opponents in the groups, they can just farm a lot of points, of course. Who do I think is gonna do the best here? It's tough to say on it. This is a very difficult event to predict for me. I think in Group A, there's a couple favorites and one dark horse who I would say have a pretty good shot, honestly. Navi have to be the favorites. I'd say like G2 and ENS definitely are capable. Vitality is just not looking good enough. I think ENS is gonna beat Vitality. I'd be very surprised if they don't. This NIP versus Heroic matchup is gonna be pretty spicy. Could be either one, but like my dark horse pick for the event is probably Heroic. I have this sneaking suspicion that Heroic is actually gonna do very well this event. Just there's a lot of interesting parts about this tournament, which I'll talk about a bit later. But Group B, so this is a bit easier to predict for me. I would say FaZe is the favorite. Not because FaZe is like unbeatable. If FaZe was in the same group as like Navi, G2, ENS, Heroic, NIP even, it would be more difficult. The only real threats I see to FaZe here are like Cloud9 and Outsiders. If they struggle against Double O Nation, that's very worrying. They should beat either Liquid or Spirit, even though with Spirit there is like a possibility of them doing very well. I think Spirit have a pretty high ceiling, but still new Opper gonna be interesting. But C9 Outsiders, it's actually a pretty banger series. Outsiders could be like a big surpriser in like this event. I wouldn't be so surprised if Outsiders like at least make a lower bracket run. Like they probably lose to Cloud9, right? I would assume that they are gonna lose to Cloud9, but it wouldn't like shock me if Outsiders win. Then the loser of that plays against loser of Fury Astralis. I would say Outsiders beats either of those two teams, and then it's either Cloud9 or Fury or Astralis here. Probably Fury or Astralis, so they make it to the lower finals in my opinion. A lot of the time, actually. If I have to make a prediction. But Cloud9, I would say, still the stronger team on paper. But yeah, a couple things that are interesting about this event. So first of all, the event itself, it's like the last big event before the player break. There's possibly gonna be a lot of changes after this. In several teams, there's like rumors of G2 or Vitality, for example, making changes. I would say Navi is probably not 100% staying with Sundai Young. Mouse Sports, if they don't do well enough here, of course, like they have very difficult opponents now in this group of 4 teams. But still, they have just not been very convincing even against opposition that they should always beat. Like they even slightly struggled against Tyloo on their second map today. Group B, some teams that might have changes. Of course, Liquid need to get a 5th, and Yekindar, I would be surprised if he went to Liquid, but it could happen. Apart from that, probably a lot of stable roster. Okay, Astralis actually. Astralis need to make changes if this is not a really good run. I don't know what kinds of changes. Maybe it has to be Zipex, but then again, Zipex is actually being kind of okay. If we look at Zipex, how good has he been this event? I'm not sure about that. Like, has he been good this event? Because the last few events he's actually done his job, let's say. Play in like okay. But like this is like fine. This is as long as he does like this, we're okay. If he does this or has lower than this, I would say this. That's starting to be very worrying. Okay, that's enough stuff about that. Then probably because it's the last really big event of the season for the players, it's also most likely the last fantasy league for this season. Here's how the standings are looking. We are in like 205th slot, but we didn't do too well in the play-in. I'll just show that as well quickly. I'll just get all of this out of the way and just skip ahead if you're only interested in the lineup. This is just not very good. I think I even forgot to throw in boosters, but it doesn't matter anymore. There's no way I can make like top 10 slot anymore. There's literally no way. So the only thing I should care about is getting these cool prizes, and for that you need to make some risks a lot of the time. I would say just go for something a bit risky. You don't have to go like all. You don't have to go with the 00 Nation mouse, but just have some risks in your lineup. Yeah, that's basically it, I think, in terms of stuff before this. Oh yeah, most picked players. So we don't want to pick a lot of these players for our fantasy just because of the risk factor. We need to take more of a risk. For example, I'm not going Carrigan. I don't think he's worth it. I wouldn't think so. There's actually pretty low player prices as well for this event. Has to be noted, you can get a lot of good players for pretty cheap, like Nico 226, Monasi 206. There's some cheap players here. I'm trying to find players who I think are undercosted. Heroic go kind of into that category, and also another team, for me at least, that goes into that category is Outsiders. There's some interesting player prices like 202 grand for Jame, which could pay off here, I would say. Should I just gamble on not Navi? I guess I should. I'm probably not going Nip Heroic, actually. I was thinking of going Heroic first, but this is just such a tough group of 4 teams that I don't think I want to go for that. I think I'd rather go for on this side of the bracket, and that probably means G2 for me. Couple reasons. They have the easier first matchup. I would say it's easier than ENCE Vitality. And also I don't have the highest expectations for ENCE or Vitality this event, whereas G2 actually need to show some good form. Usually when I go G2, I like to go towards Hunter and Monasi. Just because I have quite a good amount of faith in their abilities. Some better results there on the side of Hunter in terms of comparing it to the Major. And Monasi is just honestly so consistently good, I think, that I just want to go for him. And then lower bracket is probably the one where I don't take as much of a risk. Like I probably go FaZe. Then again, the players on FaZe are pretty expensive. Might not be the most feasible thing if I don't want to go Carrigan. 178. There's some options that you can go for, but I don't feel like going with Carrigan. Carrigan Twists is currently like the most popular combination. Yeah, I mean Twists was really good in Rubat. Oh yeah, they lost to Big in the final, correct. That's online. This is not that great. This was really good, yeah, I remember that. Maybe I don't go FaZe at all. Maybe I go like Cloud9 instead. Actually, Cloud9 and Nafani could be a good combination. Even though it is on LAN, I still have a good amount of faith in Cloud9. I mean, they've won an event on LAN now in Dallas. They also, I mean, they got 3rd to 4th in Rubat. Not the greatest event for them, but still, I would say good enough event They lost to who? FaZe? No, that was too big actually in 2 maps. But that's online big. I wouldn't think about that too much. I think Nafani makes sense. Hobbit for 205 is kind of insane. This leaves from 197. We could go like Perfecto now. Perfecto makes so much sense. Just because of the support tag, if nothing else. We don't have... No, we do have an AWP. AWP, IGL, multi-kill CT, and support on Perfecto. Kind of really good. Sounds really good. Could be Shush as well, if we want to. Shush was really good in the previous stage, I feel. Wasn't he? Yeah, really good. I was also looking at, yeah, Outsiders players. But maybe having to double G2 is risky enough. Who do I like more, Shush or Perfecto? I think I like Perfecto more. Don't I? Or do I like Norbert more? Norbert is... There's a lot of potential in the Norbert pick, I would say. But do I really think they're gonna... No. Yeah, here we are. But I can't pick from... If I pick Cloud9, I can't really do that, I don't think. So Perfecto makes sense. I don't have any faith in Vitality, Astralis, Mouse, Double O Nation, or Movistar really. Not them either. I think Perfecto makes perfect sense. Haha. Yeah, I mean, other options include, like, instead of Hobbit, you have Exile, and then you cut one of these for a less expensive player. Or you go, like, Nafani Inters and Nico, maybe. But I like this. It's quite balanced. It's a pretty long event. I don't want to have someone putting, like, really bad stats. Also works very well in terms of roles. IGL, Nafani. Perfecto support, like these are really insane. Probably CT, right, on Hobbit, and then multi-fragger on Hunter. Hunter gets a lot of multi-kills. It's just part of his role. But yeah, that looks really good. I'm happy with this lineup. Then here, Monesi, Hunter. Yeah, so in terms of boosters, we probably get to use all of them at least. G2 if they win. Yeah, we'll get to use all of them, especially in the finals. But here we should definitely use like KST. Unless, yeah, okay, Perfecto KST is really good. Monesi. Hunter 30 bomb is super. That is such a likely 30 bomb. Top of scorecard as well. Let's do top of scorecard. Or should we? Yeah, no, that's fine. Hunter's so good at everything. Perfecto best pistol actually. Really likely. Not that. This is probably, yeah. Don't want to do it here, but do want to do it on him. Flash assist, I mean. Perfecto also good in terms of oh my god, this choking percentage is actually such a sad sight as a G2 fan. Best pistol. We can do best no, what was this? Avenger. Best pistol is Perfecto. How good was KST on Perfecto? We can do KST on Monesi instead. and then best pistol, perfecto. I think that's probably better. Hobbit's just such a good all-around player. He's probably going to be around the middle of the pack on all of these. Like, I can't have Perfecto do all of the boosters. Best headshot. Okay, we can do headshots now, funny. No one really else. I don't think outsiders have like sick headshot players either. I can't think of anyone on their team who's like super good at headshots. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this lineup. This is probably my last video for a while because of just the tournament break starting, and if there's no fantasy videos, there's nothing really there for me to post about. I do want to tell you that I'm going to have a giveaway for a CSGO skin coming up in like about half a week. So I would suggest that you follow me on my Twitter account to get some of the information about that. I'll maybe post like a short YouTube video where I say, okay, I'm holding a giveaway. Check this page out to do the giveaway, and then I'll just remove the video after the giveaway is done. But because there's no way I can actually add comments onto YouTube right now, because there's no way for me to do that for some reason. It only gets activated after I have a set amount of subscribers. With this kind of comment, I mean I can have in your subscription box just be text and not a video. But I would have preferred to do it that way, but if I can't, I'll just have to make a short video. However, yeah, this is my lineup for Cologne, the last big event of this season. So in case you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.